After saving with customized car.
Well, that took some of the drama out of it. Yeah, I couldn't resist. Hello, thanks for joining me. 2,041 subscribers as of my live count, which I will kind of keep updated throughout the stream, though it will not last long. Hello, everyone. So yeah, this has been a very big couple of days. I went to bed Sunday night. I was at around somewhere around the high 1700s in subscribers, which was pretty mind-boggling, because even a week before that I'd been like 13, 14, 1500. So this has been a big week, a big month for my channel. And as of this morning, I also learned that I have passed the 4,000 watch hour mark, which means I can apply for a YouTube partnership and monetize my channel. So, hey, I can get some beer money out of this. How do you like that? So the first thing I want to show you guys, let me make sure it's pulled up here. Yeah. First thing I want to show you guys, there was a sequence in yesterday's video where, regarding Armando's creepy stares, and it was going to be a kind of a longer, more involved sequence, but I kind of pared it down because I didn't want to risk the wrath of Warner Brothers. But this is basically what the thing was gonna look like. Oop, yeah. Yeah, so that's kind of what I had in mind for that sequence. Like I said, I pared it down because, yeah, Warner Brothers. So, CJ, congrats on 2 subs. Thank you so much. Eric Mishima, congratulations. Thank you very much. Sweet Siren, I talked to you earlier today. Welcome. Thanks for coming. Glad to see you guys. Nidemos, I don't know if you're here anymore. You shut up fast. I know. I can't believe. It's been kind of a mind-boggling couple of days. Very lucky I'm on vacation this week. Because I don't know how I could process this if I was at work, if I was at my day job. So, hope you guys are doing well. I mentioned in the thing that I was going to talk about Armando's music. So let's bring that up here. Well, first of all, here's Armando's channel right now. Let me see if he's done anything new. Nope. You just have to let go and let God. He can free you from your hatred, anger, anxiety. Okay, hatred. You don't exactly get warm fuzzies when he watches his videos, do you? Anger? You gonna tell me he's not angry? It's shouting at us. You gonna tell me he's free from anger? I don't think so. Anxiety. Well, he might get away with saying he's not anxious, but I'm pretty sure he's anxious. Jealousy. I would believe that he doesn't have a jealousy problem. I would have no problem believing that, except for what we'll see in a moment here. Pain, sin, every bit of emotion breaking you down, and he will replace that with peace, love, joy, and strength. Does he look like a peaceful man to you? When he does his long, intense stares that you saw in that video, does that look like Buddha stares, like Zen stares? Didn't to me. She doesn't sound like he loves us or is very joyful right now. You become a changed man. I guess women don't get to be Christians. You see, I'm not a regular man, no kidding. I'm a man saved and indwelled by the Spirit of God, a man who walks in the Spirit and not in the flesh. Next time you stub your toe, you're going to have a nasty surprise. so that I may not be tempted nor offended by the works of those dead in their trespasses. You're just pulling this from theology books, aren't you? You have no idea what these words mean. But by the power of Christ, I have the ability to practice authority over every dark power and principality. Now I'm guessing that Armando thinks that I am a dark power and or principality. So Armando, is Armando live right now? Oh man, competing live streams. Well, okay. If Armando's watching this and reacting to me live, I'm not watching him, but tell me to do something, Armando. Tell me to do something and see what happens. Go on, tell me to do something, Armando. Now, either Armando just told me to Armando just told me to open a can of ginger ale and pour it into a glass, in which case, well done. B, I am not a dark power and or principality. Or B, Armando doesn't have authority over shit. One of those three things is true. He's an angry young man. He's arguing with live chat. I'm fairly tempted to go. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and take a look. I'm not going to look at the. Yeah, he's.
I had to come back live because I was on my secondary channel.
Let's go live here. His secondary channel. That's interesting. Let's try reloading this.
Which makes you not want to harm others. That's literally just an opinion, right? If we're no different from animals, why don't animals feel the same way? Why can't animals be like, oh man, I shouldn't kill a zebra, like a lion shouldn't kill a zebra because that's kind of messed up. The zebra suffers.
Who's he talking to?
Why can't lions just be plant eaters, right? Obviously, there's more to human beings than anything else, right? We are...
Okay, well, he's welcome to do that. He's welcome to do that. If anyone's watching his live chat, if you happen to be watching both chats, and if he actually makes a point, I don't know why I got this ad up. If he actually makes a point, then let me know. Let me know, because that might be interesting. I was looking at this. Literally, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. I sincerely hope that Armando was never assaulted with a physical weapon. I sincerely hope that, but if he unfortunately is assaulted with a physical weapon, he will learn that that's not true. Let go of your evil, wicked, sinful flesh and accept the perfect Spirit of God into your lives by repenting and accepting Jesus Christ. He was talking. I'm thinking about what he was talking about. He was talking about morals. Why, if morality, I don't know what argument he was making. I don't know what he was doing. You may be hated, but you have God's promise. He lives on that, doesn't he? He lives on the idea of being hated. It's the persecution complex. It's what he lives for. You have eternal life, salvation, but you won't see it in this life. You won't know about it until after you're dead. The universal argument of those who have no argument, right? Vengeance belongs to the Lord. No need to fight back. So when he said he's ready for war several times, that was what? Strange kind of war. Even if he's talking about a spiritual war where you don't fight, I don't know what that's about. You will have peace and abundance of his presence on earth with you. He doesn't look very peaceful to me. That's just me. Okay. The power of Christ compels you to get daddy a beer. Not drinking today. Not drinking today. Siren, you're not banned. Tell him I say hi. Tell him he's welcome to join the live stream that I'm doing right now. And let him know I'm sorry for kind of cutting in on him, but I did have this plan since this morning. So, no one hates him in virtue of, CJ says, no one hates him in virtue of being a Christian. Most of us have friends and families who are Christian, and we don't hate them because of that. Exactly. I have a close family member, actually, who's not only a Christian, she's a pastor. And we actually, my wife and I, we actually thought about asking her to officiate at our wedding years ago. She kind of headed us off, said, I don't think my church will think that would be a good idea. Otherwise, I'd be happy to. But we really respect her. She's a pastor, but she's also a very good egg. She's one of the good folks of the world. Anyway. And this is what he did 15 hours ago. Considering the amount of rage coming from the atheist community and all the false accusations and misunderstandings, I'm sorry, did we say something that wasn't true? Especially with my verified book, God Is. If it's such a great book, why aren't you linking to it anywhere anymore? He doesn't really want to, sell the book. I mean, I'm sure he wouldn't mind the money, but he doesn't really want to sell the book. He just wants to be able to say he published a book. That's all he wants. He wants to be able to say he published a book so that he can feel good about himself, so that he can glorify Armando Calvo. That's why he's doing that. What does he mean by his book being verified? Evidently, it was taken down because, I'm guessing because of concern over the Futurama character that he had on one of his pages. So I'm guessing he resubmitted it without that, and Lulu put it back up, and Armando counts that putting it back up as having passed inspection. And I go over why that's bullshit in the first part of my video from yesterday. This might be one of the greatest things happening for this ministry, aside from future plans and events. More views, more subscribers, and more watch time in hours. My God, why didn't he look at watch time in minutes? It would have been more impressive. I'm just joking. This is all a part of the plan. Nobody plans to be this ill-informed. Nobody plans to be this unengaged. Nobody plans to be this corrupt, Armando. A whopping 5,517 views in the last 28 days. Well, okay. If we're going to do that, that's for later. If we're going to do that, let me look at... you know what? I have gotta make a small change here. 1 second. Yeah, I'm keeping it updated. I'm proud of it. So looking at my own analytics here, what do we got? No, he says his is the last 28 days. Is that right? Is that what it says? Yeah, last 28 days. He got 5,517 views in the last 28 days. I got 24,900 in the 24,854 in the last 28 days. Of which 5,813 were yesterday alone. Yesterday was not a typical day for me. Yesterday was a very big day for me. But nonetheless, it is kind of fun to compare his monthly views to mine from yesterday alone. 5,813. His watch time, 268 hours in the last 28 days. Mine, 4,197 watch hours in the last 28 days, of which, where are you? 1,469 watch hours were yesterday alone. And subscribers, he got 17 new subscribers in the last 28 days. I know at least 2 of them are atheists. Siren, I think, and somebody else posted me screenshots showing that they had subscribed to his channel. I'd be surprised if most of the rest weren't atheists as well. But 17 subscribers in the last 28 days. I got 719 subscribers in the last 28 days, of which 196 or yesterday alone. So, I don't mean to be dick waving, if you'll pardon the expression. I don't mean to be like comparing my accomplishments to yours, because we all started small. We all started small. And this probably is very big for him. You know. And if he were doing it for the right reasons, if he were doing it because people actually value his content and not just because people want to go see a train wreck, then I'd be honestly happy for him, Christian or not. I'd be happy for him. Oh, by the way, you think my stuff is pretty impressive? I think it's pretty impressive, but Logic, when he saw that, Logic posted his own stats for the last 28 days. 515.5 thousand views, 252K more than usual. Watch time, 157.5 thousand hours, 94.7K more than usual. And subscribers for the last 28 days, 1.3 thousand, 870 more than usual. That's Logic, that's not me. Maybe someday I'll have those numbers, but not today. This is all a part of the plan. Love that typo. Yeah. What's that song from Vandergraaf Generator? All things are apart. He's not having it. What is he not having, Siren? What is he not having? Anywho. This is amazing. All I ever ask is that whether you like me or not, agree with me or not, just watch some videos. It helps the channel. It brings more attention to the ministry. Negative or positive doesn't matter. Only a fool would say negative or positive doesn't matter. But I'm going to make the same request of you as Armando does. I ask you to watch some of his videos. I ask you to check some of it out. Jesus Christ loves you all. More great content coming. I can't wait. Thank you all for your support. Intentional or not, you rock. God bless you. I look forward to more releases and great content. All shall hear the gospel of Christ, for on that day of judgment there shall be no excuse for all I've heard. Reminds me of the joke. An Indian says to the missionary, if I had not heard of Jesus, would God send me to hell? The missionary says, no, not if you hadn't heard. Indian says, then why the hell did you tell me? Now he's going to bring up verses like Romans 1, for all men are without excuse because God's existence is obvious. I'll actually have more to say about that in next week's video, because that's a major theme, once again, in next week's video. Romans 1. It's not the predominant theme, but it's a major theme. And I'll have more to say about that. But again, Romans 1, the whole thing, God's existence is obvious, so all men are without excuse. That's one of the greatest arguments for atheism that there is, if not the greatest. We've got, every atheist knows that the existence of God is not obvious to them. So they have absolute, albeit subjective, proof that God doesn't exist. Comments. Garrett Billard. You know what? Deconverted Man sent me an email about this Garrett Billard. He and another Armando fanboy, Simple Soda, their accounts were created on the same day. So, and then so we suspect, I think he suspects at least, DM suspects that they're sock puppets. I'm almost completely positive that the Drove for Jehovah is a sock puppet. That account has no activity on YouTube apart from Christ Righteous related videos, and it was created, I believe someone said, on the same day that Logic did his first video about Armando. So, sock puppetry. Where are you? He says make a new account and he will talk to you. I'm not interested in making a new account. I'm not interested in doing that, nor am I interested in going on his channel. I am in his Discord, the Discord that he abandoned, and I'm in it pretty much because he abandoned it. So he's welcome to come to my channel. If he doesn't trust me not to censor him, then there are two choices. We can talk on a third-party platform, or we can just keep making videos at each other, or in his case, ignoring our videos. Other than to call Logic a bad parent. That's what he's doing. He's ignoring our videos. So, Smoppet's here. Hello, Smoppet. DH, welcome to you as well. There'd be a lot of friendly-ish atheists who'd be delighted to chat with Sierra in Discord. That's true. And Smoppet's here. So hey, Dragon Spartan 90, welcome. Did his engaging arguments manage to bring him over his ministries? DH, yeah, he abandoned his Discord. Let me post a link to it. Let me post an invite to it, actually, because I can invite people. I'll post an invite to the Discord on his chat. It's not very active, but those who are there, it's all atheists. The place is run feral, so to speak. It's all atheists, and we're all mostly talking about him. So, but yeah, if he wants to come to, if he wants, let him know if he wants to come here, I will not censor him or mute him, even if he is disrespectful toward me. Or toward what I believe. So, you can tell him that. If he doesn't trust me, that's fine, that's understandable. But you can tell him. Anyway, I'm pretty sure it's not going to happen. I'll bet $10 he doesn't ever come. So, anyway. But yeah, Garrett and Simple Soda, we're pretty sure they're sock puppets. The Drove for Jehovah, who was quite involved in Logic's, in the comments of Logic's last video, we're almost positive he's a sock puppet. So, anyway, I promised I would be talking about his music, because he is a musician. Now, I actually wrote down some notes for this part of it. So, he has a snippet. He has a snippet from an upcoming song, and I want to play it for you guys. All right?
Taking the stone, for preaching the gospel, they want me dead and they hunting me down. The devil is trying to stop me. No weapon can manifest against me. I'm washing the blood of the Lamb.
So yeah, it's called "Hunt Me Down," featuring Lil Dubs, and it says snippet. So I get indicating it's a snippet of a song. Now, I am hard of hearing, and this is why I am generally reluctant to talk in voice chat, because to anyone, because I have to kind of try to interpret what they're saying to me in real time, and I often have a problem doing that. So when it comes to real-time communication, I prefer text chat. But as far as I can, I try to make out the lyrics of what he's saying there. But and the transcript is useless when it comes to music. But as far as I can make it out, taking the stone or taking the storm or kicking the stone, something like that. I am preaching the gospel. They warned me. Then a line I can't make out. Then the devil is trying to stop me. Then something else I can't make out. Then against me, I'm washing the blood of the, and then it fades out. So yeah, I can't make a whole lot out, but that's what I can make out. So yeah, the persecution complex here, that plus the title of the song, persecution complex here is on full blast. As is the auto-tune, because you can tell he's auto-tuned. It's not as bad as, you know, Cher in the 90s, for instance, but it's pretty obvious. If you are watching this, Armando, or if you watch this later, understand this. No one, no atheist is trying to stop you from doing what you're doing. We like that you're doing what you're doing. We're helping you promote what you're doing. You know why? Because what you do, Armando, and how you do it is Exhibit A. You and your behavior are Exhibit A. Exhibit A in what? In the case for the intellectual and moral bankruptcy of evangelical Christianity. Members of the jury, I submit to you that evangelical Christianity is morally and intellectually bankrupt, and in support of this case, I submit to you Exhibit A, Armando Calvo. Now, if we show you to the jury, Armando, and you're not doing anything, or if you're doing something different, or if you're doing what you're doing but you're actually doing it well, then we're going to look embarrassed, because you're not going to help us make our case. But you're not. You're plagiarizing. You're censoring. You're being disengaged. You're disengaging from our arguments. You're not engaged with your own arguments. You don't understand the words that are coming out of your mouth. You are disengaged in every conceivable way. You are Exhibit A in the case against evangelical Christianity. That's why a number of us are making videos about you right now, and that's why those videos about you are so popular among atheists. Because you're making our case for us. So, the devil is trying to stop. There is no devil, but if there was a devil, the devil wouldn't be trying to stop you. The devil's probably donating to your channel. Probably donating to your Venmo. Devil's buying your books. If you're honestly not any of those guys who are commenting and supporting you, that would be the devil. Devil's supporting you. The devil, if he exists, he doesn't. But if he does exist, he's doing everything he possibly can to help you. Now, I'm going to play that snippet from his song again. I'm going to play this snippet from his song again. I want you to listen, especially listen this time to the backing track. All right?
Taking the stone, we're preaching the gospel, they want me dead and they hunting me down. The devil is trying to stop me. No weapon can manifest against me. I'm washing the blood of the Lamb.
Okay, yeah. And then, yeah.
Need to send an invoice.
We don't want that ad. No, thank you. Yeah. So, I'll go ahead and play it a little bit again. Listen to the backing track here. Okay. Now I'm going to play you a snippet from a song. It's called OMF Boys. And it's by someone called OMF Smoke.
We gon' bubble no gel, we famous. We gon' bubble no gel, we bitch. Smokey gon' win. Kiki wear gunplay, nigga. Too fast, I smack the fuck out you, got me. What it say? Bitch, I'ma start with no spangle. Been with the shits, I got stripes like a bangle.
I apologize for that language. I think you get the point. It's the exact same backing track. So yeah, I don't know if Armando is ripping off OMF Boys, or if both Armando and OMF Smoke ripped off the same backing track from a third party. For that matter, I don't know that the backing track was ripped off. It might have been made available in the public domain or in the Creative Commons to any hip-hop artist who wants it. I don't know. But, okay, listen, one more time. No, that's not that one. Here's Armando's snippet one more time. The first part of it. And that's where Armando comes in. He comes in at 16 seconds in a 26-second snippet, which means more than half of this video promoting his song is dedicated to the backing track, which, wherever Armando got it from, he did not create. The snippet of his song that he's presenting is focused on someone else's work, not his. That's what he's showcasing. That's what he's putting forth, someone else's work. And it gets worse. I didn't have the idea to do this. Sweet Siren had the idea to do this. Siren, I know you're in here. Take a bow, would you please? She got in touch with me at Discord, and she let me know about these next two things here. And I want to thank you so much for reaching out to me. So Siren found this. Here is a song from Armando, the first part of a song from Armando called Only Jesus.
It's only you, Jesus.
Again, listen to the backing track.
The world away. You who freely gives up his life. I accept and receive the sinners, the broken. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, this is a song called Emotions by somebody named Matlow. And luckily, like Siren, I have Apple Music and was able to find it eventually. Yep, exactly the same backing track, exactly the same instrumental track. Now here's a song from Armando called Prince of Peace. Official audio, it says. Prince of Peace, and he's about to shoot your ass with a bow and arrow. But whatever, here's... Again, listen to the backing track. Comes in, yeah. Featured a lot of that backing track there. By the way, that flickering you saw on the screen, that's not the connection or anything. That's an effect he added to the video. I don't know why. Now here's a song called No Limit by someone called King Draco. Yeah, I apologize once again for the language there. Not my preferred lyrics. So yeah. Somebody Spotbit is saying it's not necessarily theft, and you're right, it's not necessarily theft. I don't know if he is ripping off these artists without their permission. Certainly he's not citing any source for a backing track, or maybe they're all ripping off, or not ripping off, but obtaining their backing tracks from a common source, and it may be a repository of public domain and or Creative Commons music that is made available to people for exactly this purpose. So I don't have any solid proof here that Armando's doing anything illegal or unethical. And it may well be an accepted practice in the industry to reuse backing tracks from other sources, maybe many times. But I just want to make it clear that when Armando calls himself a musician, this is the kind of thing he's talking about. So, I'm sure the vocals that he does, I'm sure those involve a lot of work, but that's all he contributes is the vocals. So if someone with better hearing than me wants to check the lyrics for plagiarism, they can. I'd be interested to hear your results. I know next to nothing about the hip-hop industry, but I think I know that sampling is a very big thing there, and probably reusing backing tracks is also a thing as well. The lyrics are mostly plagiarized. That wouldn't surprise me at all. You checked a few already. Yeah, I'd love to hear your results. Got a few new people. Hello. NDR Martin. You yeah, you were thinking the track sounded decent. It turns out it's not his. Who's Lil Dubs? I have no idea who Lil Dubs is. I have no idea what role he plays. Maybe he's like Levy Hernandez. Yeah, I'll do one thing with you here, and then suddenly you're my partner. You're my new best friend. I'll give you a co-writing credit with my book. I don't know. I don't know what that is. He seems to actually have talent in music. I will grant you, he seems to have performance talent when it comes to hip hop. So yeah, let's see if he's still. Let's see if he's still live streaming. He is.
I had to come back live because I was on my secondary channel. I love you guys genuinely from my heart, and I tell people this all the time.
Funny way of showing.
I don't care what bad video you've made about me. I don't care what you have done to me. If I met you in person and somebody had a gun to your head, I'd take the bullet for you. I would literally take the bullet for you.
My God, that's a morbid image.
I would take your place.
That is such a morbid. I would take a bullet for you. What the? Why does your mind go there?
On his life for his friends.
Eric, this is live. Right? This is him live.
That man was Jesus Christ. And personally, man, and this goes for every single one of you, I don't care if you dislike me. I don't care if you hate me. I love you. Whether you believe me or not, I genuinely love you. You guys are made in God's image.
I don't know why that's supposed to impress us, that he loves us. A corrupt, plagiarizing, naive person. Oh, but I love you. So what, we're supposed to respect you now? We're supposed to respect what you're doing, I mean? Is that how it works?
Telling me all these things like, oh, Christ righteous, you said this before, and, now I'm meeting you first time in person, and I just want to let you know I got kicked out of my place, blah, 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 and you cried to me, and you just needed, like, help. You needed somebody to just help you and reach their hand out. I would help you. I've helped people. I don't need to talk about things that I've done in my life, like, for other people, but just know that I mean that from my heart. And I'm not trying to get on your guys' good side. Listen, you guys can stay hating me. That's besides the point. It doesn't.
He loves it. He loves being hated. It's how he gets off.
God's truth, okay? Not my truth, but God's truth. Okay?
So you would reject it if you could? Is that what you're saying?
Guys, and
DH, yeah, he did have the baby. He's posted pictures on social media of the kid.
It's because you are made in God's image. That's why you have the desire to do those things for other people. Because we were created to love each other. You don't need to be a Christian to know, to know how to love somebody or to care about your fellow man. You don't.
Is he wearing pants? He's talking about love and loving your fellow man and made in God's image, and I can't. I just got. Is he wearing pants right now? It does not look like he's wearing pants.
Okay, if you spit in my face and you were asking me for food to eat, I would still provide you with food. Does that make me soft? Does it make me a sucker? No, not at all. You know, I'm not soft and I'm not a sucker. You know, just because.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know what he's talking about, but looks like he's giving his email there. Keenanonymous X222. The Keen thing, as I understand it, is from his K-pop loving days. The Christ Righteous channel was originally a K-pop fan channel. Yeah, if he understood what love was, you know, he wouldn't offer to take a bullet for someone when he just had a kid. So, anything interesting up here? Okay, I can only see their side, so I can't really tell if he addressed anything. Maybe we don't want food. Maybe we just want to be treated fairly and with respect. Psycho Muffin, welcome. I'm glad you could make it. Thought you were at work, man. Okay, what's he doing now?
Became an atheist, right? I'm gonna give you guys a little story of the testimony. I'm not gonna give you guys the whole thing, but I think I talked about it on my last live. But my cousin, who became an atheist because of her boyfriend, her boyfriend's a hardcore atheist. He believes nothing but science, okay? Nothing but science. Everything's science. He's literally a hard...
Let me ask you guys who are here. I assume everybody who's here is an atheist. Are you guys all about science, hardcore science, nothing but science? Is anyone here like that? Raise your hand if you are hardcore science, nothing like science. Or nothing but science. Because I'm not. I don't know a whole lot about science. The original Cosmos series, that's kind of what I know about science.
Questions that I haven't even asked you guys. I haven't even got into it. Questions that atheists cannot answer that will leave them in a state of just like intellectual confusion or like intellectual constipation.
We're already there. Listening to you for any 20-second period leaves us there, man.
And actually, a lot of these questions I'm going to be asking in my new book. These are new questions that atheists have never received before. That's why, you know.
I guarantee you we've received them because I guarantee.
I may not ask you guys right now because I want
either
you
that
guys
or there's
really,
going to be word salad.
I want you guys to really see, you know, if you guys pick up the book, you know, I'll eventually do a book review on it, but that's besides the point. Let me just keep talking.
Reviewing your own book?
All the arguments that I was putting forth and the questions I was asking led my cousin to steer away from atheism. It doesn't matter that she's my cousin. No, she has her own belief. She's an individual. She doesn't need to be a Christian because her cousin's a Christian. It doesn't matter about that. But the conversation between me and him led my own cousin, who was defending his position, to steer away from him and start thinking like, dang, maybe I shouldn't be an atheist. Maybe atheism isn't true. Or maybe
So you're kind of putting forth that you have a case of having successfully apologetic to someone into the faith. Is that what you're doing? You're giving a case of having been a successful apologist? Can you point to a single success story that you've had here on YouTube that isn't a sock puppet? Possibly you can, because there's an awful lot of us, and you know, we're not all uniform and homogenous in our respect for rationality and the truth. So it's possible you do have a success story on YouTube. I'd be pretty surprised, though.
To come into a point where she's like, and this was only one day. It only took her one day to think like this. She was like...
You don't change your worldview in one day. You do not change your worldview in one day. It took me months of going through the arguments, of self-searching, of psychological pain to go from Christianity to atheism. Months. And if anyone out there, if it took you a shorter amount of time, tell me, please. I'd love to know. But, yeah.
Yeah, my baby's crying. I bet she was feeling scared and vulnerable. It could, yeah.
What?
Very hard time in her life. Probably had a very hard. Yeah, possibly. That's what I was thinking. She just needs. All right, guys, my my baby's crying. I'm gonna go attend to my child. All right, guys. Sorry to make this short, but I'm gonna go live with a topic next time. Okay, I'm gonna.
Okay, that's the first thing he's ever done that I actually respect. My baby's crying. I gotta go. But he's still talking. He hasn't gone. He's still talking. I was about to say that's the first thing I respected, putting his family first like that. But he's still talking.
To, then do what you please, right? But I'm gonna talk to you guys next time. I'm gonna bring up a topic next time, and maybe we can have some people on Discord and we can discuss some things. Okay? But I love you
haven't
guys,
shown your face
and
in
I'm gonna see you
Discord
guys
in
the next live.
a
Sorry,
long time.
I got a burnt on my thumb. You guys see that?
Ouch.
Burnt my thumb yesterday. But all right, guys.
Poor Armando. Okay. All right. Well, that's reasonably fast, I guess. Reasonably fast. So yeah, took the time out to tend to his kid. No, thank you. I don't need another ad. In fact, I think we're probably done with the web browser here. So, cut it short to tend to his kid. I'm not a parent myself, but I'm rather surprised that he has any time at all for YouTube with a newborn. You guys who are parents, maybe you could chime in. Is that a thing that happens when you have a newborn? Having time to broadcast live on YouTube? Yeah. Siren, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to confuse you with, stereo thing. I should have thought of that. I don't think anything particularly objectionable happened. So I don't think he'll be taking this one down. He seemed relaxed and upbeat. I think they were giving him softballs in the chat. Psycho has the chat for the last one. That's cool. So not so much with the time to live stream. Okay. Lemon Fresh, I don't really have anything to say to him that I haven't already said to him in the past. If you want to go ahead and post it here, you can, in case I do have something to say to him later. But basically everything I wanted to say to him, I say to him in my videos. And he can watch them or not. Mom of 3. God bless you, Siren. Oh my gosh. I have my brother has two boys. They're, what are they now? 8 and 6. And oh my God. Just being their aunt and uncle are so exhausting. So we my wife and I, we have guinea pigs. That's what we keep. We keep guinea pigs. Unfortunately, we lost one of our guinea pigs on Saturday. Her name was Seven. We name our guinea pigs after Star Trek characters. Her name was 7 of 9 Tertiary Adjunct of Unimatrix Piggy 1. And she was 7 years old, which is quite old for a guinea pig. And it was pretty sudden. We took her into the vet for a routine blood draw. Well, kind of routine blood draw. And she crashed. The stress of it made her crash. And the vet determined that whatever was going on with her, it had spread to her lungs. And so we made the decision to let her go. And I'm talking about it more or less cheerfully right now, but I don't feel that way, believe me. So, yeah, so right now we have two guinea pigs, and their names are Kayla and Tilly. Kayla after Kayla Detmer, and Tilly after Sylvia Tilly, both from Star Trek Discovery. I'm gonna look here, and yeah, and they're both. Let me see if I can show you this picture here, because this is a great picture. We have Kayla is predominantly black on one side and predominantly white on the other, and Tilly is also predominantly black on one side and predominantly white on the other. And so we kind of figured out, for a while looking at them together, we kind of tried to figure out who they remind us of, and then we realized they remind us of these guys. It's got a big laugh in my among my friends. So that's Kayla on the left. She's a big pig. She's about 1.25 years, and she's very shy, and she loves pooping on me when she does get held. And on the right is Tilly. She's still a baby. She's only 6 months. She's got some growing to do. She's a very special character, Tilly is. We think she's blind in one eye, and she's very uncoordinated. She kind of had a very rough couple of months. Her previous owner's neighbor rescued her from living outside, basically. So she kind of went through some shit in her first couple of months, and we were glad we could, rescue her. So those are our babies, and then Star Trek guys on the bottom, So, gonna wrap this up here probably in just a couple minutes. Let me first check. Oops, that's not. Nope. Gotta switch back to my main account here. Yeah, gotta update this again. It's the growing is a little bit slower rather than it was last 36 hours, but still pretty impressive. Okay. Dragon has 2 guinea pigs, Toby and Mitch. My email address is in my About tab if you want to send me pictures of Toby and Mitch. I would probably fawn over them. The 22nd day, mom of 2, grandmom of 2, foster mom to about 70 foster pups over the last 8 years. Oh, wow. First of all, welcome to my channel, The 22nd Day. Second of all, we too have talked about being fostering guinea pigs, in addition to our own herd, because there is a great need for that out there of pet fostering parents. So, how might you be able to throw a few dollars my way? I'm incredibly glad you asked. Let me give you a link, because I do have a Buy Me a Coffee thing that has not really been used yet, but it does exist, and I'll post the link here. There it is. So if you want to throw a few bucks my way, that's how you can do it, and thank you very much. I appreciate the thought. Crash course in fallacies sometime. Yes, I will do that at some point. Let me write that down. It might take me a while, because I don't want to be a bland recitation. I want to make it entertaining, or as entertaining as I can. But yeah, I'll do that for sure. Crash course on fallacies. Oh, wow, missed a lot here. Conversation about epistemology. Not even. I assume you mean with Armando. Yeah, that'd be cool. Honestly, there are people who have or would have a lot more patience with Armando than I have. And he might just get more benefit from talking to them than from me. I just have these instincts to lecture. And I don't think he would respond well to that. Siren, you have 3 grandkids as well? My God. Oh, you guys, yeah. There's a YouTuber named Godless Granny, I think her name is, that my wife really likes. I've kind of checked her out. She is pretty cool, but my wife mostly watches her. So yeah. I added him on Discord and he blanked me. Well, apparently he's got an email thing, so yeah, you can email him. Whoever got his email address, if you want to post it here, you can do that. Thompson and French, hi. I'm kind of getting ready to wrap up here, but I'm glad you could pop in. How about them boys? Welcome. It would help if Armando applied logic and reasoning. I mean, obviously, it would help if he applied logic and reasoning. The problem is, he thinks he is. He thinks he is because the people who he wants to believe, because they're supporting his position, they're telling him that this is logical and reasonable, and the atheists think that's not logical and reasonable. I guarantee you, if his cousin became an atheist after one day and listening to this twerp's arguments, I guarantee you she wasn't that committed. I will not say that he's never successfully argued anyone to the faith, because he might have, but I guarantee that cousin wasn't very committed and didn't know a lot, and probably wanted to distance herself from her hardcore science guy boyfriend anyway. I'm reasonably sure he would have more trouble with my arguments than with his cousin's boyfriend's arguments, assuming disengagement wasn't allowed. And that's kind of the thing. That's how he does it. He disengages completely. So, crash course in fallacies, maybe also a crash course in engagement would be a good idea. So, all right. I am, as I said earlier, I am on vacation this week. And I didn't mean to spend so much time devoted to my YouTube activities. I meant to relax and do some gaming. But then the video I posted yesterday morning blew up. And by far the largest single day video I've had, and nobody mentioned me. First time I've had a blow up and nobody mentioned me. The last couple times I had blow ups is because Logic mentioned me in his videos, which certainly helped. Maybe they kind of got the ball rolling here, but yeah. I was in the high 1700s on Monday morning. Now I'm at 2044. So it's a good feeling, and I hope it goes up from there. And guys, if you're here, then you probably value my content particularly, which means I would very, very much welcome your feedback. My email, my email's in my About tab. I'm also gonna post it here. Look. That is my email address. If you guys have feedback for me, suggestions for me, I would absolutely love to hear from you. I have TBI and aphasia, so I have trouble verbalizing sometimes. Yeah. We'd make quite a pair then, because like I said, I have trouble hearing a lot of the time. So I would definitely prefer text chat when it comes to intense philosophical discussions for that reason. But I am very happy that you guys could join me. I am very happy that you're supporting my channel, and I am very thrilled that I'm able to do this. So we're going to call it here. I'm going to end the stream, and thank you guys so much for joining. I'll try to do another stream again in the not too distant future. They're all going to be on this channel, not my main channel, but you can go ahead and subscribe to this channel. I also have kind of miscellaneous things going here. Like if the first video I posted here was just a short little Star Trek kind of video, but yeah, subscribe to this channel if you want, and I will see you guys later. Thanks again for coming. One more look at the chat here. You're the guy I just binged a few videos from. Hey, binge some more, and thanks for binging. I'm glad to have you. You have to say you want a voice chat. Okay, he's talking about Armando, but Thesaurus handy. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. All right, Lemon Fresh, thank you very much. All right, guys, have a great day. Have a great Tuesday, and we'll talk to you later.